Just west of Chicago, in a community called Elmhurst, there's a place where you'll grow into a connected thinker and a passionate changemaker, with skills to excel and knowledge that lasts. Elmhurst University. Go far, do well.
All right, 5'11" senior, number 33, Josie Hess. And 5'10" senior, number 42, Maxine Najera. Red Devils are led by head coach Mike Hendrick. And now, the starting lineup for your Elmhurst University Blue Jays. 5'4" senior, number 0, number 10, Kristen Buchanan. 5'8" senior, number 22, MC Brown. And 6'1" junior, number 30, Sierra Steamer. Blue Jays are led by assistant coaches by Marshall, Kimber Mitchell, Drew Lundike, and Morgan Frank. Head coach of the Blue Jays in his first season is Cameron Tucker.
Good Sunday afternoon. Welcome inside RA Fagano Hall. I am Bill Downing. He is Dawson Wells. It is a irregular Sunday afternoon game we would have here on a 2 o'clock. I was trying to get the right wording there. On a Sunday here at the tail end of November, the week right before Thanksgiving. And we got a special treat here. It's the Red Devils and the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it should be a fun matchup between these two teams. Elmhurst coming off of a big victory the other day against Alverno, 98-42 at Alverno. They only allowed 9 points in the second half. Their defense has been incredible so far to start the season.
And they had 64 total rebounds in that game up in Alverno, which is right inside the city limits of Milwaukee. And we are underway. The Red Devils will win the tip. Blue Jays coming in perfect, 4-0. Bryn Holtz. And this looks like it's going to be an offensive foul on the Red Devils right out of the gate.
And Elmhurst's going to have to look out for Bryn Holtz, 6'1" senior out of Quincy, Illinois, 11 points per game, but 7 rebounds points per game as well. It's going to be a good matchup between her and Steamer.
So that wasn't a foul. That was actually a quick jump ball call. Here's Bukata. He got stitched up in that huge comeback, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Christian Bukata down on the court and then coming up with a huge smile. I tell you, she is a hard charger. She likes to take the hard fouls, And you know what? She comes up the winner every single time. And you talk about that huge comeback that we had here and then going to Alverno and still remaining perfect on the season. Christian Bacata, you talk about someone that's got a heart the size of a basketball. I mean, this kid's pretty special.
Yeah, and a little bit of deja vu on that foul. It's basically right where she got injured in that game, but came right back against Alverno, put up 17 points. She's the engine of this Elmhurst team, both on the defensive side and offensive side.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to her dad, and we'll get to that here shortly. Here's a three from the near wing. That one no good. That one by Webb. There's Cusack, gives it off to Novak. Over to Bukata, right in front of the Eureka Red Devil bench. And me and Dawson both agree. We really like those jerseys. Cusack, one and done are the Blue Jays, and they're up 2-0 with 1 minute gone here in the first. Here's Webb again. She was going to try to post up, this time from the opposite wing. Second time that Holtz has been held up inside the paint, but this time she'll go to the line.
Yeah, Lindsay Novak on her that time. A little bit of a mismatch there. Like I said, Holtz 6'1". I'm kind of shocked Steamer hasn't guarded her yet on the defensive end. They're about the same height.
I think you might see that switch up right here. I think you're absolutely correct. And Holtz, as you mentioned, the 6'1" senior out of Quincy, cuts the lead down to 1, and she makes both, and we're tied 2-2. And Bukata was talking to her dad at the completion of the game. We saw her constantly going to her chin after she went down here. Steamer with a long three, not the shot that she wanted, and a strong board this time by Jackson, the 5'8" freshman out of Peoria. And that's going to be a jump ball, another quick whistle.
Wow, I thought she traveled there.
I did too.
Cusack got a good hand on the ball. I'm shocked they called that a jump ball.
Well, that's a second really quick whistle. Here's Nest, shot up no good. Steamer right in her face. And that might be double duty there for Steamer. She's going to have to guard Ness, who is 5'11", and Holtz, who's 6'1". Another quick move. Wow, nice jumper there by Najera. Just inside the paint, and she's got a pretty smooth shot. Here's Bukata, going to draw the double team. Steamer left of the lane, puts this one inside, and MC Brown will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good rebound by Steamer. Laid it off for Brown. Just got up the shot. But Holtz kind of tapped the floor when Bukata driving at her.
Sure.
She's trying to get really hyped up and into that defense, and then Bukata beat her around the edge.
Absolutely. A little frustration setting in there early. Red Devils coming in 1-1. The Blue Jays 4-0. Brown makes 1 of 2, and this will go off of a Blue Jay player. And it'll be Red Devils ball. Red Devils out of the Peoria, Illinois area. I know Aurora plays them in football. And like I said, here's a long three. This one no good from the top of the key, and Webb with another board. Here's Najera. Webb this time, just inside three-point land, no good, and Brown with the board for the Blue Jays.
Neither team off to a hot start on offense. Only one shot made.
Novak, that one was halfway down the cylinder and pops out. Sloppy play here at the beginning. Steamer with the steal. She's got a trailing Bukata, kicks it out. Cusack gets the easy roll. And the Blue Jays back in the lead by 1, 5-4. Nest, turnaround, tried to use the glass, no good. Brown with another board. Blue Jays up 5-4, 7-11 left here in the first. Novak, Steamer, right of the lane, quickly double team, shot up and good.
Wow.
Steamer utilizing that frame that she has, and I tell you, she just lowered that shoulder and just made some room and used the glass nicely.
Yeah, and it was almost a triple team there for a few seconds. Steamer, great job from her.
Steamer is a electric player. Fun to watch. Here's a quick three. Oh, my. Bryn Holtz, she kisses the sky on the way down, and you leave her open, and I can tell you that she was one we were talking about in the pregame, the shoot-around. She was hitting everything. There's Novak in the lane, and she's going to be guilty of a travel.
It was a good pump fake to get around, and then the jump step called a travel. There's too many from MC Brown. Elmhurst just off to a little bit of a slow start. Doesn't look like they're fully into this game, especially on offense, and it's been a very effective offense for this Elmhurst side so far to start the season. 21st in the nation in points per game.
Now, these teams pretty evenly matched. We were looking at some of their stats prior. Points per game, 79. Here's Gibson, just brought into the contest. Shot up, no good, too strong. Bukata in and good. Christian Bukata cleaning up the boards. And we are going to have a... Yeah, what is that? It looks like it's going to be... That might be... Christian Bukata called for the delay of game. 9-7. Blue Jays trying to go coast to coast and does. Maya Webb, the 5'4" junior out of Indianapolis, Brownsburg High School. Definitely a player to watch. Bukata, nice move from the near corner. Here's Cusack. Steamer. She's going to turn around and take that shot just beyond the free throw line. Not good. That was Holtz with the board, and then the finish by Webb. Right now, the Red Devils cleaning up the boards a lot better than the Blue Jays. They're going to have to be careful.
Yeah, and Eureka going very quick on the offensive side. Good spin move by Cusack, and one.
Beautiful move. Watch it right here. Cusack went left and a quick spin. Nobody home and utilized the glass. And like you said, Dawson, and one coming up. Much needed basket right there for Rowan Cusack.
Really was. And Elmhurst, their offense really just stems from their transition from the defensive side. They're very strong defensively. Haven't shown it as of yet, but they've made Eureka work. They're 4 for 11 shooting so far. We saw Gibson get that basically interception. Read it like a cornerback on defense. Ran it all the way, just missed the free throw. Bukata put that back up.
Lippy with the board. Here's Gibson, kicks it out, and this will be another foul, and this one's going to go up against number 42, Maxine Najera.
Najera leading scorer for this Red Devils side, 15 points per game. She also contributes 6.5 rebounds per game. Really, this whole Eureka side gets rebounds.
Gibson with a strong move. That last foul was not to Najera. They moved it to Rutherford. 13-11 Blue Jays. Good anticipation. Gibson with the steal. Rutherford. And that's Bukata sliding into the bench, and Cusack comes up with it. Bukata, Gibson. Gibson, turnaround shot.
Wow.
Good. I was about to say about 2 possessions ago, I cannot wait for her to have a breakout game, and this might be it right here.
Yeah, she's made 2 great defensive plays already in this game. Made another one right there, and then what a shot on the other end of the floor. Behind the basket, tough angle. You have to swish that one, and she perfectly did. Elmhurst on a 6-0 run right now.
Yeah, both teams shooting decent. The Blue Jays 55% to 36 for Eureka, 6 of 11 for Elmhurst, 4 of 11 for Eureka. 3-point field goals. Again, we just can't come out of the gate hot from beyond the arc. It seems like we struggle early on. We're 0 for 3, but we seem to find our groove in the later of like the second period into the second half.
Yeah, and on the season, 29.3% from behind the arc. Like you said, they come out very slow, and then in that second half, they just turn it on. We saw that in the MSOE game from the other week where they made that 16-point comeback in the fourth quarter. A lot of that was because of the defense and of making those three-pointers. I'm sure they'll pick it up here. Only have shot 3 so far.
Up 15-11 with 4:23 left here in the first. You're watching us live on suncom.tv and Elmhurst University's athletic YouTube page. Mr. Liljeberg down to my right. Had to put in a new system, I tell you. I couldn't put 2 and 2 together when it comes to something like that, and he worked feverishly to get it going. So, again, always giving you the best broadcast. Here's Webb off the front of rim, no good. Gibson with the board. College of DuPage transfer. And you can tell when she's feeling it. Here's Brown from 3. That one missed everything. But Gibson right there, and it should be Elmhurst ball, and it is.
That was kind of forced by Gibson. Made Eureka have to come up and really grab that one. That was more on the rebound. The pressure made her just step that a little too far out of bounds. Gives Elmhurst the ball right back.
But I like the pep in the step of Gibson here today. DeLepe just beyond the free throw line. That one no good. Here comes Eureka. Maya Webb, top of the key for 3 by Jackson. That one no good. DeLepe with the board. Here's Bukata, 20 on the shot clock. Loses the handle. That one stripped by Moore. Shot up and going to be fouled by Gibson, and that's going to put Alana Jackson, the freshman from Peoria, to the line for 2.
That's a good foul, though, by Gibson. Don't want to give Eureka any easy baskets there, especially on the breakaway. Make them earn it at the free throw line.
Yeah, I like the way that instead of going for the body right there, I mean, she went for that ball. You're right. That's a good foul. If there is any good foul, that's a good one to give right there. Jackson's first is no good.
And that play already saves a point really there. So it's a great foul by Gibson.
And I think we're going to have a lane violation.
On Eureka.
Yeah, it is. Well, that one will hurt because it could come down to 1 point right there. You have to be cautious of going into the lane before the shot leaves the hand of the shooter. Here's Bukata. Cusack, Bukata, and Gibson, each with 4. As I say that, Bukata takes the team lead with 6.
Bukata just so easy. The ball handling, nice crossover there to get right into the lane for the wide open shot.
And Bukata goes down hard again. Sacrificing the body, and she feels that one too.
Just stems from her engine. She's just in the right places at all the right times. Yes, she takes the heavy hits pretty consistently, but I mean, she puts up points at 17 last game against Alverno. Is the Blue Jays' leading scorer. She's just been on fire to start this season.
And I really love her situational awareness. I mean, offensively and defensively, she knows when to hold her ground. She knows when to shoot. Here's Cusack, another nice move. Use the glass. Oh, looked like she wanted to go back-to-back with the and one. But look at that. Quick off the dribble. Again, goes left and then quickly goes right. Oh, he's got a quick first step right there.
And she's one of the smallest players on the floor as well. 5'2" for Rowan Cusack, the senior out of Vancouver, Washington. Just using her dribble. Nice little crossover to find the lane, too, and then split the defenders.
Yeah, she is really, really good when it comes to dribble. And that is like the second and third straight time that she has went left. And DeLepe with the foul there over the back. Solika No, I'm sorry. Maya Lures, sophomore from Temple Terrace, Florida, into the contest. I really like the way Cameron Tucker mixes his players in. He knows what works and what doesn't work. Boy, Eureka struggling from the field up to that point, right there.
That was a 9-0 run for Elmhurst up to that point.
Lures. And that's going to go off to Leapy.
You were mentioning Maya Lures. Said pretty good season so far. Last game against Alverno, season high 11 points in that contest.
Kickball. Anna Klaczynski, the 5'11 junior from St. John, Indiana. Family sitting down to our left. Here's Webb for the Red Devils. Blue Jays 4-0, Red Devils 1-1. Zarello, and it's going to be a double dribble.
This Elmhurst defense, it suffocates you. You get into that middle of the paint, every single player is there trying to poke it away, get a hand in there, cause a lot of pressure right there. Elmhurst, just like the offense, off to a great defensive start to this season. 26th in D3 in scoring defense as well. So 2 top 30 stats on the offense and defensive side in the country in D3.
Bukata, nice crossover, stop and drop from about 5 feet. Lures with the offensive board, not this time. Klaczynski's third shot, no good. Bukata in the paint. Oh, she was going for the N1. 4 offensive boards in a row there for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, they just kept getting the rebounds over Eureka. Might want to look out for a little pass out of that dangerous situation there. You had 4 Eureka defenders right there as well, just contesting those shots.
Agreed.
Had a wide open shooter at the top, right in the middle from the three-point land, but Bukata drawing the foul, able to get to the line.
Foul starting to add up for the Red Devils. Ness with 2, Rutherford with 2. 19-13, $1:36 left here in the first. And full court press. Gibson, like a blanket. Haskell bounces it right into the baseline, shot up and good by Najera. Najera, as you mentioned, 5'10 senior out of Riverside, California, closes it to within 4. Bukata. Haven't seen her wear that protective sleeve before, but you got to protect them elbows. Here's Lures. Klaczynski. Gibson. Shot up, no good. 4 on the shot clock, and here come the Red Devils. But Gibson says, I may have missed a shot, but she'll get another steal. Boy, the quick hands. I see her at Gibson. East Leiden High School, College of DePage, the Chaparrals. Gibson. Klaczynski. Lures going to drive in the paint. Kicks it out. Bukata from the far wing. Nothing but net again. She's got 10 already in double digits. What can you say about Gibson? Will pick up the foul in the backcourt. You talk about an all-conference year already. Christian Bukata, look at that, with 10, 3 from 4 from the field.
Yeah, and coming into this afternoon, 36.4% from behind the line for Christian Bukata. He's averaging 17.8 points per game as well. Just on fire. What a start to the year for the sophomore.
Eureka will get the last shot here in the first. Shot clock off. Here's Holtz. Holtz with 5 points, looking for 8. Not going to happen. Klaczynski and the Blue Jays. Novak. Got to get this shot off, and she will, and count it! Lindsay Novak from downtown Elmhurst with a 3 at the buzzer, and it's 25-15, a 10-point lead. I think if you want anybody shooting from beyond the arc, especially that far out, it's got to be Novak.
Well, we know she has the clutch gene, that social media clip going around from that comeback against MSOE, hit that clutch 3, and then to end the first quarter. Another one, Lindsay Novak. She basically only shoots threes, and she does it so effectively, too.
I mean, she is lights out, the 5'4" senior. You talk about the lack of height. You've got Cusack, 5'2", Novak at 5'4". But those two have carried the Blue Jays here in the first period, minus Christian Bukata's 10. I mean, those two have been the spark plug to get all these big plays started.
Yeah, and it's really also the points off turnovers. The defensive side is contributing a lot. Elmhurst already has 5 steals in this game and then 11 points off turnovers. They turn that defense into great offense, and they just do it consistently.
Well, a weird stat that we were able to pick up and check this one out. Eureka leads the all-time series at 6 wins and 4 losses. They beat Elmhurst 72-57 18 years ago, basically. November 17th of 06, right here at Elmhurst. So they do play each other, but it's far and few. And we were kind of talking, Dawson, being as close as they are out at Peoria, you think that maybe like a non-conference they would have more interaction with each other, but it's hard to believe. They only played each other 10 times, and the last time was 18 years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking, but playing now, I'm sure they play next year as well at Eureka, so it's good competition for Elmhurst, especially in non-conference play to start the year.
Webb hits the back of the iron. Good rebound by the Blue Jays. Here's Cusack. Again, that first dribble, she likes to go left and then right. Here's Brown, Cusack, near wing. Stutter step, kicks it out in the corner. That one almost stolen, 7 seconds. Here's Steamer. Steamer going to move right of the lane, uses the glass. And I didn't know the banking hours were open on Sunday, but Steamer, Sierra Steamer, the 6'1" junior from Palmdale, California. And my favorite university of all time, Antelope Valley. I absolutely love talking about that. And we actually looked it up. It is out in California. Webb shot up, no good. Suffocating defense the second time. But you don't want to give up too many boards here to the Red Devils, but they will go to the line for 2. And it looks like that's going to be Alana Jackson going to the line for Eureka.
And Novak just in a difficult position there on that foul. Just undersized and just tough position, especially right under the cylinder. Couldn't tell if that foul was on her or on Lures.
They are giving that to Gibson. And I don't even see her out there. They're saying that was her second, but I don't see her out there. Actually, she's on the bench, so I don't know what happened there. She may have taken her out right away, but 8:55 left until halftime. 27-16, 11-point lead for the Blue Jays. Lures in left of the block. That one a little strong right there. Now the Red Devils down by 11, looking to cut this down to single digits. Not going to do that. That's going to be their 8th turnover of the night.
And I'm shocked they haven't gone to Bryn Holtz a little bit more. She had 5 quick points, but really haven't seen her much since. Elmhurst doing a good job keeping the ball away from her.
Agreed. Cusack again lures. Now Brown between the circles. Finds Cusack. She wanted to go right. This time she goes left, and she'll draw yet another foul. And the Red Devils starting to dig themselves a little bit of a hole in the foul category.
Cusack finding a lot of success driving to the hoop, drawing these fouls on Eureka. She's done a great job doing it so far, shooting her 4th and 5th free throws of the afternoon.
Jackalia Revizzi checking in. Natalie Hardy also, her family in attendance down in front of us, making their way all the way from Eureka, Missouri, not to be confused with Eureka College. Cusack, I tell you, that kid, big heart right there, not afraid to draw the contact. As you mentioned, one of the smaller players, 5'2". She'll go right up amongst the bigs. And she'll have a seat with 6 points. There's Holtz, and that turnaround jumper, you may have lit a fire under her right there. That's her first basket in quite a while.
And up to 8 points now for Holtz. She's been guarding Krista Bucata on the defensive side.
Brown fighting for it, and they're going to jump it, and it's going to stay with Elmhurst. Shot clock remained at 16 seconds. Blue Jays at 43% on the field goal percentage, 37 for Eureka. Steamer trying to use that glass from about 12 feet out. Long outlet pass. And it's going to be a travel on Jackson.
But you can tell what Eureka wants to do. They want to go quick on that offensive side. But Elmhurst has done a pretty good job shutting down that transition, especially defensively, making a lot of pressure. Good fouls under the basket.
There's Bucata, loses the dribble. And Hardy with the foul on Webb. Boy, Webb had Ness wide open, cutting right down the middle of the lane and didn't find her.
Yeah, she just went right at Hardy, just a little bit late getting over. Almost looked like she almost was able to draw the charge, just couldn't get that second foot set or the hips in place.
4 points for Webb at this point. Red Devils 3 of 7 now from the charity stripe, 6 of 11 for the Blue Jays. Webb looking for her 5th point, and will get it. Alyssa Laboscal back into the contest for Eureka. Here's Christian Bucata leading all scorers with 10. Revizzi. Steamer way outside. She's going to move that one inside close. Nice little hook shot right there over the top of Ness.
A great little spin move as well to get open and then elevate to hit the shot. 4th points of the quarter for Steamer.
Boy, Hardy like a blanket right there. Oh, that looked like good defense right there. Oh, I don't know about that.
We'll take a look here. Good defense.
That could have been a jump ball right there, too.
Oh,
Hardy.
I don't
know about that. Now Hardy will pick up the foul, unfortunately. Back to 11-point lead, 30-19. 6:37 left here until halftime. Blue Jays looking to remain undefeated on the season at 5-0. And that first one no good by Aboscal. And makes 1 of 2, so now 5 of 10, 50% from the free throw line. And some more whistles, as I believe Ness will check out. I got a breather here with 6:37 left until halftime. Cusack picked up by Aboscal defensively. There's Bucata in the near corner. Steamer with a screen. Bucata finds Brown, and we are going to have a foul away from the ball this time. I'm not sure exactly what that call was, but that went against Eureka right there. And Scarborough with the foul. Another big screen set by Brown. Here's Bucata in the near corner. She's got 10, looking for more. Bucata in the paint. Revizzi, nice underneath move, and she'll go to the line after being fouled. I believe that's going to be on Najira.
It's like on Bryn there, but great move by Revizzi, tiptoeing that sideline to get around.
You're right, that is on Hiltz, and that is, or Holtz, that is not good.
It's her second foul, too.
Leading scorer, you're right. They're going to have to manage her well here for the remainder of this contest. Busy. Drops down 1 of 2. Blue Jays 6 of 12. Each team 50% from the line. Abasco. Here's a shot via the baseline, no good by Najira. And this will be a foul away from the ball on the Red Devils.
Let's look at over the back there on number Garcia Reich.
Yes.
For the Red Devils, over the back of Cusack. And Elmhurst doing a great job just forcing the Red Devils to take these difficult shots that they just haven't been able to make recently.
So on the MC Brown, on the roster, they got Scarborough as 23, but it is Reich. Which they have down as 32. First shot up, no good. That one tipped by Steamer, but will drop for Redgate. Now going basket for basket, 33-22. Here's Revizzi. Bacata between the rings, finds Steamer. Bacata with the give and go. That one bounced past a little low right off the knee of Christian Bacata.
That's a smart pass there from Steamer. Just bounced past Bacata, just driving a little bit too hard. Couldn't corral it. He gets the ball back, going down 11. They need a bucket here if they want to keep this game close.
A low-scoring second period. The first one, 25-18 in favor of the Blue Jays. Only 15 points scored so far here in the second. Neither team, Dawson, really shooting well from beyond the arc. 1 of 7 for Eureka, 2 of 6 for the Blue Jays. From the field, 46% to 36%. You know, when we looked at the stats prior to tonight's contest, these teams are pretty evenly matched. And we kind of see that how it's going right now, but it's been the boards for the Blue Jays, leading 17-16 in total boards. But their points off turnovers, if you take a look at that, there's a 9-point swing right there, 12-3.
Yeah, and it's really just that suffocating defense from Elmhurst. Like we mentioned, 26th in the nation for scoring defense. They've done a great job so far. And they really turned it on, especially in that second half. They just shut teams down. We saw it in their last game against Oliver and only allowed 9 points in that second half. Doing a great job so far tonight. Just need to get a little bit better on the offensive side, limit these turnovers.
Cusack, Novak, Bukata, Kozinski, and Delipi. Here's Webb for the Red Devils. Long shot from the outside. That one no good by Jackson. And Delipi with the board. Here are the Blue Jays in transition. Bukata. Been kind of quiet lately. She's got 10 points. Double digits. Novak says, I want more. And Webb gets the board for the Red Devils. Good look that time by Lindsay. Now Webb and the Red Devils down by 11. Jackson kicks it off in the corner. Not a good shot that time by Zarillo. She was double-teamed along the baseline and had to go over 2 much taller opponents. Here's Novak. Almost lost her balance right there. Delipi, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 3:47 on the game clock. Klosinski, Bukata, Delipi, left of the lane. Trying to find Klosinski. Now Cusack, long 3. That one hits the rim, no good. And this one's going to go against the Blue Jays. Looks like Delipi. If it is, I believe that's her 3rd.
And it was good extra pass from Novak to find Cusack in the corner. Just couldn't bury the shot. And then Delipi with the foul. Neither team has really scored the last 2.5 minutes here. Both teams on a scoring drought.
Yeah, DeLippe just picked up her second. Gibson also with 2 for the Blue Jays. Jackson, Ness, Rutherford, Reich, and Holtz all with 2 for Eureka. Now you can see they're trying to work that down low to Ness. Here's Webb in the paint. Shot up, no good. Klaczynski fighting for it. Bukata comes down with it. Bukata right back from right to left. She wants to go the distance. Finds Brown easily on the baseline. Gets the friendly roll. 35-22.
And just great dribbling there by Bukata to set up that shot by Brown. Took on 4 Eureka defenders there.
Here's Ness right from the free throw line and good over the top of Klaczynski. 35-24. Kusak finds Klaczynski. Just talked about her, and now she's in. That's her first points of the afternoon. It's funny. Defensively strong, gets down here. They find her wide open for the 2. And that one's going to be out of bounds. And another turnover. That's the 10th one for Eureka. That time courtesy of Jackson on the sideline. And we have another timeout with 2:13 left. And now the Blue Jays doing what we thought they would do. They've kept the mistakes to a minimum. And they haven't really shot themselves out of this game. Sometimes you'll see them take 3-pointers when they don't need to. They've only taken 8. And they have done the rest basically from the field, 14 of 30 from the field for 47%.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job so far, shooting above their season average. Eureka's shooting right around where they normally shoot on the year, right around 35%. Elmhurst shooting 47%, so they've done a great job. Better efficiency on the offensive side, and you said it. They haven't taken that 3-point shot where they seem to be accustomed to just taking over and over and over again for nothing. They're getting to the hoop, getting to the cylinder, and just putting up shots, and they've maintained and controlled the paint so far this game.
Well, check us out all over social media, at Elmhurst Blue Jay on X. There's Brown. That was Lures, Bukata, now Novak. Klaczynski. She'll move into the lane, drops that ball down, and it's going to be a jump ball, Eureka ball. Yeah, you can't bring that ball down right around the waist. 9 times out of 10, it will end up as a jump ball or a foul. And Klaczynski and the Blue Jays now back on defense.
That was Najura causing that jump ball as well. 15 points per game for only 4 so far this afternoon in the first half. Eureka needs to get her going if they want to come back.
Webb over to Najira. Najira and Brown fighting for it. There's Ness. Webb top of the key for 3. Good. Nothing but net. Maya Webb. The lead down to 10. Here's Brown. Novak for 3. Nothing but net again. Lights out. The senior from Romeoville.
Yeah, and you can't leave her wide open like Eureka just did, or she's going to punish you. Lindsay Novak just deadly from behind the arc.
Najira. Webb's going to try another 3. This time from the near wing, and she drains back-to-back trays. Back to a 10-point lead. They're going blow for blow right now. Nice move along the baseline. That one no good by Lures. Here come the Red Devils, and just like that, they turn it over. Well, they could have cut into that lead. That's their 11th turnover. Those will come up big in the long run.
Yeah, it really has. And Elmhurst have done a great job so far just scoring off these turnovers. 12 points in the game. We're going to back to that last possession for Elmhurst. They had Lindsay Novak open down here on the near side, just haven't been able to find her. She's been open a couple of times as well as she checks out of the game. Maybe in the second half, you try to find her a little bit more.
And like I said, you can find us on X, Instagram, and Facebook. Suncom.tv and Elmhurst University's YouTube athletic page. And Brown's going to go to the line. The Red Devils wanted to travel.
And Eureka has done a good job ever since going into the bonus with about 5 minutes to go. I haven't fouled since, but
that could have went either way right there.
Yeah, that was a close one.
It did.
That was a close one.
We will take that one. 10-point lead with 21.8 seconds left. The shot clock is off, and Brown makes the first. It has been a high-scoring first half, and she'll make them both. Back to a 12-point lead. And Eureka looking for the final shot of the first half. Najira. One-on-one with Brown. Nowhere to go. Webb's going to try another three. And that one will go out, and the Blue Jays will have 3.2 to try to advance their lead even farther. And Bukata racing off the bench. And I think they're going to put in their long-range shooters right here. You might as well. You're going to have 3.2 to do it. And Bukata, well, they're not going to let her have a chance. She'll heave one from half court. And that one's no good. 42-30 at the end of the first half. And 12-point lead for the Blue Jays, and it could have been a lot more.
Yeah, it really could. And back to that play from Eureka, that was the second time ending quarters where they had the opportunity for the last shot where they're getting up just desperation shots with 3 or 4 seconds and giving Elmhurst his chance there. We made him pay in the first quarter, couldn't do it there. But a little questionable clock management from Eureka to end quarters so far tonight.
Yeah, I completely agree. And they've been a lot of one and done, and good boards by the Blue Jays as they lead total boards 21-20. Points off turnovers 14-6. They continue to slam the Red Devils in that category. And a 12-point lead in a halftime, again, a comfortable lead, but you don't want to ever sit back on an opponent and let them back into this contest.
Yeah, and they've done a great job. Elmhurst has coming out of halftime and keeping up that defensive intensity. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
Well, we'll see. We got about 14 and a half minutes left until the beginning of the second half here on Suncom.tv. I'm Bill Downing. He is Dawson Wells. There's Glenn Liljeberg over here to my right, feverishly working with this new system to make the broadcast even better. And we are going to take a break. And it's 42-30 here on Suncom.tv. Blue Jays lead at halftime.
My name is Danielle Corliss, and I am in Elmhurst University's online MENP program. I believe that nursing is a calling. If you have an interest in healthcare, this is a very diverse field to go into, and you have a lot of options on what areas you want to work. I'm really excited to be a clinical nurse leader because there is a strong possibility to improve patient outcomes and improving the conditions that nurses and other medical professionals work in. I really hope to impact the lower income or underserved communities. Coming from Kentucky, where I was an EMT, and then even in my clinicals here in the Chicagoland area, there are a lot of underserved communities and they don't have access to the proper health resources. And I feel like focusing on those lower income, underserved communities can really help the healthcare system in general, but can also improve the overall health in these populations. My favorite part of this program has definitely been the clinicals. So my big aha moment during this program was during my critical care rotation. I was at a Trauma 1 center in the Chicagoland area, which was a very great experience. And working in the ICU and in the ED, that's when I really knew this is what I wanted to do. Listening to my classmates and my friends talk about their experiences in clinical has been a really exciting experience, just to hear that they're doing well and that they're having the experience that we all hoped for, and that we're able to put the knowledge that we've learned in class into the actual setting and into the real world with real patients. It's very exciting because we're almost at the finish line. It's a very proud moment for us.
After my undergrad here, I was working kind of locally with a couple former alumni in kind of a business setting, and so I was kind of interested by that. And then to get this degree was a huge opportunity for me and something that I just couldn't pass up. From the first class, couple classes, the instructors brought a lot of their personal experiences in. So it was a lot less of like, hey, let's just read the book, let's go over the text. It was more like what they brought to the table, what they've learned in their careers. And for me, that was huge because being in the small size class, having an instructor that's going to be more engaging, it just made for a better overall experience. I was always looking for something that was going to be data driven. I was really interested in some of the storytelling that we did with the marketing class. So in my career currently, I'm an insights manager at a market research firm. Having the opportunity to specialize in something made it easier for me to narrow in on an industry. When I transitioned from the MBA program into my role now, I felt like I could take on things right away and hit the ground running. It's not only getting the degree and using it to elevate your career, but I learned a lot about myself as far as being challenged and stretched to be able to balance, coaching and classwork and a job and, relationships, friends and family and things outside of that. That was so unique to me, and to anyone that's considering this, absolutely do it. Yes, it's going to be hard. Anything worth having is going to be hard, but you learn a lot about yourself by doing it.
When I graduated in 2020 with my undergrad, I knew I wanted to continue my education. It was a natural choice to come back to Elmhurst. I had grown to know and love the faculty, the students, the environment, the curriculum, the flexibility behind the MBA program. Since I didn't really have a specialization, I took that time to take entrepreneurial classes, marketing classes, to see which path I really wanted to take. And in doing so, that allowed me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do afterwards. An exciting thing that the MBA has enabled me to do, I have two different perspectives, one of my own obviously, but also from my profession. I do talent acquisition, so I'm able to review resumes and applications of people who have and do not have master's degrees or MBAs, so I know the real life implications of having an MBA. For myself, it just allowed me the opportunity to take that extra step in my education and help to understand which direction I wanted to go. If you're looking for an opportunity to connect with others, to build networks, this is a great opportunity to do that. There's a small class size. They focus on team building and projects revolved around that. So Elmhurst gives you that opportunity to, not only see what you're good at, maybe learn from others and see how they work and how they work with others and how you could maybe expand upon that. If it wasn't for Elmhurst, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
My name is Ricky Franks. I'm a part of the Accelerated Master's Entry Nursing Program here at Elmhurst University. What drove me to choose Elmhurst is the flexibility of the program. With this accelerated program, you're allowed to start right after your bachelor's degree in any other field that you've been in. So after this, we'll have our MSNs, and then after that, if you want to pursue your career more and become a doctorate or a nurse practitioner, then you can just get your certificate. The best part that stands out to me of this program is just the relationships that I built over the time that I've been here and the opportunities and experiences I've had through clinicals. We've had all of the clinicals, so we have pediatrics, OB. It really just opens up the opportunity to experience. During those clinicals, you're able to really practice the skills that you're learning and just really facilitate that compassion to your patients. It really just made me decide that I really wanted to go into mental health. It really solidified that decision. Now I have been accepted to a post-certificate program for mental health, and I want to be a nurse practitioner after that, which is just underneath a year. I really want to advocate for patients, people who don't really have voices in those vulnerable populations. I really just want to make sure that they're heard and that they're cared for in the way that they should be.
Transformative education happens not just in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries.
Throughout the university's history, our gymnasiums and playing fields have been the sites of wins and losses, but also of lifelong friendships formed and lifetime lessons learned.
If I could send a message to the donors, I'd thank them for everything, because I do everything that I do on this court because of them. I'm able to use these facilities to the best of my ability, and I'm able to do well in sports and academics because of them.
The cohort model is actually really wonderful because you get to meet lots of different people from all different backgrounds, all different ages.
Everybody's unique in their own way, where we express our ideas and we learn different things from each other.
I didn't really kind of realize how helpful it was going to be, how much I would rely in my classmates.
We all are able to reach out to each other to help each other. Nobody's like left in the dark. We all learn together that way, and so it helps us all succeed together and makes us happier about each other's successes as we move on.
It actually has become a support system for me.
I had a few wonderful classes that gave me some real world experience.
One of my classes entailed going through a simulation. It makes you collaborate with other people in your cohort. And it just makes it more engaging.
I got a chance to have an internship. They liked me so much that they offered me a contract.
I was able to get an internship. It did help me find that that might not be the right path for me, but at least with a business administration degree from Elmhurst, it matches a lot of roles more than just one thing, so it's very versatile.
Being a military-friendly school was a big part of why I selected Elmhurst.
Military benefits actually helped me completely with my education, as I wouldn't have gone back to school if it hadn't been for the military benefits.
By being able to use the GI Bill at Elmhurst, I was able to really just focus on my education and doing well in the program versus having to worry about the financial aspect of paying for school.
It was seamless and easy to process. They also are part of the Yellow Ribbon program, which helped make up the difference for the cost that the GI Bill did not.
Welcome back Here it's Elmhurst women's basketball action on a Sunday afternoon. We're at halftime, 42-30. And Dawson, it was a story of runs, tough defense by the Blue Jays, and one and dones for Eureka in that first half.
Yeah, Bill, 14 points off of turnovers for Elmhurst. They really controlled the whole game so far today. Up 12 points here against the Red Devils, and they're having a tough time, especially on that offensive side. 11 turnovers for Eureka so far.
Well, leading scorer for the Red Devils, Maya Webb with 11. Najera with 8. And for the Blue Jays, Christian Bukata with 10. MC Brown with 7. Steamer, Novak, and Cusack all with 6. Gibson with 4. Kaczynski 2. And Revizzi with 1. And the Blue Jays shooting 45% from the field to 38 for the Red Devils. And, I mean, it's been status quo. It's been tough defense. It's been fast break. And, again, the Blue Jays, as you mentioned, we've mentioned this like a broken record, the points off of turnovers in their games this season have been a huge disadvantage for the other team coming in, because the Blue Jays have really taken advantage of the mistakes by the other teams.
Yeah, and it's just suffocating defense. We saw it on a couple of Eureka possessions where they drive to the middle expecting a wide open lane, and Elmhurst does a great job collapsing that defense and just suffocating, poking that ball out, and then turning that great defense right back in offense. And really ever since that first quarter 9-0 run, Elmhurst hasn't looked back in this one.
No, largest lead was at 13 for the Blue Jays and 2 for the Red Devils. Largest run for Eureka was a 4-0, and just as you mentioned, the Blue Jays, a 9-0 run. I mean, when you flip the script like that on a team, I don't care if you're playing them at home or on the road, that usually leads to a long and large deficit, as we see here, of 12, 42-30. And now the Blue Jays going right to left on your screen. Here's Cusack to Brown. Cusack shutting the defender again with that quick dribble. Here's Steamer way outside, 13 on the shot clock. Bukata just beyond the free throw line, nothing but net again. She's got 12.
Yeah, and she leads Elmhurst in points, rebounds, and assists so far. Christian Bukata just doing it all on both ends of the floor.
I tell you, she will drain your ink of pen with all the stats and the leadership that she has brought to this team so far this season. Here's Ness on Steamer. Steamer by far the tougher of the two right there so far here today. And another one and done for the Red Devils. Bukata got the hot hand. She has 12. Wanda post up. Here's Steamer on Ness. She was going to go baseline, and that's who's going to pick that up. It's either Ness or Najera. I think Najera is going to pick that one up.
Yeah, Najera, foul on her. Ness was in a little bit of trouble. Good thing they didn't get her. She would have drawn that third one.
And Steamer going right back at Ness this time, and that one didn't catch anything. Ness with the board. Jackson to Ness, near elbow. In and out, no good. And Brown, and I think that was a good call. That could have been a foul on Najera there over the back, but they're going to give the Blue Jays the ball inbound on the baseline. Here's Cusack and a full court press, and broken easily by the Blue Jays. And they're going to have to get that ball over, as they do, just over the timeline. MC Brown with the pink shoes. Give and go. Brown, how about that one?
Wow.
Cusack to Brown. To Brown to Cusack, and Cusack back to Brown.
Great just give and go 1-2 play between those two, and then great move by Brown under the basket to get open.
That's one of those timing plays like you would see in the NFL. You know, you got to throw it before the receiver gets to it. She had to bounce past that one in. Here's a long three. That one no good by Holtz. And again, the Red Devils one and done. Here's the Blue Jays. Largest lead at 16. Novak makes it. Well, I thought for sure she was going to nail that one and make it 19. Here's Jackson. Jackson for the Red Devils, going to try to go coast to coast. Runs out of room. Holtz on a mismatch with Novak, and that one's good. And just like that, the Red Devils are going to take a 30-second timeout. Head coach Mike Hedrick in his second season, Jamie Perkins, the assistant, saw something he didn't like right there, even after the basket. He wants to change something up. When you're down 46-32, Dawson, you got to change up, I think, your shot selection because they're not getting good first shots, and the Blue Jays are cleaning up on the board so far here in the start of the second.
Yeah, Eureka 34% from the field so far. You mentioned the shot selection, not great. A lot of one-and-dones, but I think he's also trying to change the press. I saw him a little bit in that first half trying to get his team to press up the floor, pressure this Elmhurst offense, and just slowing them down just a little bit. We'll see if they change the press. They brought it out early in this second half, trying to just get those turnovers and try to make a big run here to get back within this game, down 14.
Bukata leading the way in points with 12. Cusack with 3 assists to lead the Blue Jays. It's been the Maya Webb show for the Red Devils, leading the way in points with 11 and assists with 2. The team as a whole, 6 rebounds, couple players. And they've cleaned up on the boards nicely. Holtz with 4 boards, Ness with 3, Jackson and Webb with 2 apiece, and Najera with 2. You would expect that out of the bigs. And even when the Blue Jays do go one and done, their defense sparks a turnover, and we've seen 11 turnovers today by the visitors from Eureka, Illinois. Here's Cusack. And we got a whistle away, and that's going to be a 3-second call, a lane violation on the Blue Jays. Something we haven't seen all day today, and that one's going to be Steamer. You can see she was in there for a little bit.
Yeah, Eureka going to a 3-2 zone as well there on defense. Just Steamer trying to find the open space, just sticking in the paint, needs to move their feet.
Sometimes you get lost when you're playing offense right there. You're just watching the ball, and I think that's what happened. That's going to be a travel, that time on Webb. So some mistakes by both teams out of the gate here in the start of the second half with 3 minutes gone. It's 46-32 Blue Jays. Eureka trying to get back into this with some pressure. Now they're going to have to get that ball over. They got to get it over now. Oh, they just got that ball over. Stolen by Holtz. And Bukata. And Holtz will pick up the foul on the steal attempt there by Bukata. And for Holtz, that's going to be her 4th personal foul.
I think they actually called that on Bukata. Yeah, foul on
did.
Bukata. Wow.
I don't know about that because Bukata looked like she had the turnover. She was going for the ball, and it almost looked like Holtz was kind of holding her back. Wow.
Yeah, Bukata got to the ball first, too. She had her hand on it.
All right, so Bukata, she'll pick up her first. No good. A good block from behind that time by Bukata, and they're going to call another quick whistle on a jump.
Yeah, just Gibson had nowhere to go after that defensive rebound, surrounded by 2 Red Devils. Nowhere to go, causes jump ball.
Gibson, East Leiden High School, River Grove, Illinois, College of DuPage, the Chaparrals, as we've talked about. Her and Steamer, some big additions to this team. Turnaround shot, that one no good by Ness. They got a couple good shots, but another jump ball, and this time the Blue Jays will have it with 6:19 left here in the third. Low scoring period so far, only 6 total points scored. And we're almost 4 minutes into this third. Cusack finds Gibson. Gibson so fast off the dribble. Here's Steamer, free throw line. Cusack, she'll move to the free throw line. Now Gibson, southpaw from the near corner, no good. And Steamer going to be called for the foul over the back.
Yeah, and that's how you beat that zone right there, just making the extra pass, finding the open shooter, just Gibson just unable to hit the shot.
Cameron Tucker not happy right now, Dawson, because he believes that Steamer had the position there.
Yeah, I thought she did too, just maybe a little bit over the back, but either way, this zone from Eureka is giving Elmhurst a lot of pressure.
Well, that almost should have been a jump ball right there with Cusack holding the ball with Abascal. Take a look right there.
I mean, she fully strips it, just can't keep her balance, falling out of bounds, but good defense from Rowan Cusack.
Boy, I tell you, these Blue Jays, their defense is tough. That one goes out. And another turnover. This would be number 13. And not the time that they needed that one by Rutherford, the freshman out of Peoria.
Yeah, it's great defense, and it's all man defense. You never see Elmhurst run a zone or press like Eureka's doing right here. And this press from Eureka is just causing all sorts of problems for Elmhurst right now.
Yep, and I think you're right. Cameron Tucker saw that, and he's like, we got to fix this. Because neither team right now is scoring. We're pretty much at a stalemate here at 46-32. Only 4 points for the Blue Jays and only 2 for the Red Devils so far here in the third. And it's been a lot of turnovers and some pretty sloppy play coming out of halftime.
Yeah, Elmhurst hasn't scored in 2 minutes, 51 seconds. Eureka hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. Elmhurst with 4 turnovers in that span, and it all really stemmed from that timeout from Eureka. Their head coach, Mike Hendrick, changing up the press, changing up the defense as well. It's caused a lot of problems for this Blue Jays team. They haven't been able to do much since that timeout. Let's see what Cameron Tucker does here after this one.
Well, it's not that the Blue Jays can't dribble the ball, but Cusack seems to be the one that handles the ball the most. And the last couple times, it hasn't been Cusack, and the Blue Jays have struggled to get the ball over the timeline. So maybe they go back to Cusack handling the ball. We'll see. Abascal picked up by Rowan Cusack. Now Najera. Najera with a 3 off the front of the rim. Ness with the board. Follow through, no good. Steamer with the board for the Blue Jays.
That's just great defense and a rebound from Steamer. You can just tell the defensive presence she has.
Steamer finds Gibson. Gibson baseline trap. Steamer found it. Kiss off the glass. A little too strong.
And they're beating that zone of Eureka. They just haven't been able to find the shot right now.
Reich with the board for the Red Devils. One and done, Rutherford. And this will stay with Eureka. 20 on the shot clock, 46-32. We sound like a broken record, but only 6 points. Both teams not shooting very well here out of the gate from the halftime break. Ness to the line. She has got 2 points. This is her first free throws of the contest. She's got 5 boards, 15 total minutes of play. But neither team right now can buy a basket.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Ness just missing that first free throw. Neither team has scored in over 3 minutes.
And there you go. Just what the doctor ordered. And I know what the doctor ordered for you, and that's some rest after being to work at 4 o'clock this morning. You are a true warrior. Here's Cusack. Double team, finds Brown. And they'll break the press. Elmhurst now starting to utilizing their speed a little bit more on the inbound. Here's Gibson. Right of lane, draws the contact. Oh, they're going to call the offensive foul on Gibson.
Good drive Oh, her foot snuck into the restricted area there. I don't think the ref saw that one, but Eureka got away with one.
Here's Machera. Free throw line, shot up and good. 5th point for the period for Eureka. Gibson, far corner. She was trapped in there, Brown. Now Cusack on the near wing. Delipi, give and go with Bucata. 15 on the shot clock, 46-35. Less than 4 here in the third. Bucata just beyond the free throw line, in and out, no good. And a strong board. Here come the Red Devils. That time Reich again. Sophomore from Los Animas, Colorado. Boy, that was an ill-advised shot. But the Red Devils lucky to get that one back. Bosco trying to utilize the double screen. Oh, Delipi's going to pick up another foul. That is her third. I don't know about that neither. Touchy right there.
Yeah, and Eureka's in the bonus too, so they're going to go to the line here.
Redgate, the junior from Metamora, Illinois, to the line for Eureka. And misses the first. Now 6 of 13 from the free throw line. Well, those points can come back to haunt you right there. Here's Cusack after making one. Delipi. .308 left here in the third. Bucata stuck at 12 points. Brown. Well, you can see Eureka's turned it up a notch here defensively. Cusack with 8 on the shot clock. And the Red Devils are going to pick up a foul right here. I believe that's going to be on 40. It's going to be on Redgate.
Yeah, and Cusack took a little shot to the head there from Eureka. You mentioned it, though. Eureka turning up the defensive intensity. But they also haven't really scored on the offensive end, capitalizing on that. 1 for their last 8.
Correct. Delipi getting her first points of the contest. She's got 2. Extends the lead back to 12, 48-36. Oh, and that is going to be an offensive foul using the elbow to make the clearage with Rutherford. You can see that right there on the move. Bang. Boy, Gibson, I tell you, another one. Not afraid to utilize the body to sacrifice for the better of the team.
Yeah, and Gibson doesn't really score much for this Elmhurst side, but her defensive presence is felt every time she comes in. Makes some great cuts and passes on the offensive end as well.
Bucata knocked down. Yeah, you were right. Gibson with only 4 points. But on the defensive end, which you don't see much stats on that. I mean, there's a lot of stats that go unheard, and Gibson is one of those silent warriors that goes out there and really sacrifices for the better of the team. Here's Cusack. Blue Jays up by 12. Cusack, nice move in the paint, gets the friendly roll. She's got 8.
And what a great move. Just a little step around, ball fake to find the open space.
Here's Webb leading the way for the Red Devils. Now the lead to 14. Shot up, no good. Najira with the board. That one too strong. Klasinski. Now Bucata and the Blue Jays will chew some time off the clock. Under 2 left here in the third. Bucata went left, then right. Here's Delipi. Cusack for 3. No good. Klasinski, Delipi, Bucata. Well, Bucata finally gets it. It touched 3 Blue Jays. And Cusack looked like she wanted to post up. Here's Gibson. Elbow Bucata. 9 on the shot clock. Got to do something. Here's Gibson. Top of the key for 3. That misses everything.
Might have gotten a little tipped as well. Good defense from Eureka there to close down Gibson.
Redgate with the board. Shot up from the near elbow. That one no good by Rutherford and the Blue Jays. Quick outlet, Delipi, no good. But Gibson with the offensive board, that one no good.
I'm going to check the rim on that side of the floor.
I think it might be a little bit off. And this will be Blue Jays ball with 58.2 seconds left. Again, that defense coming up big. And the fans here at R.A. Falconer Hall giving the Blue Jays a huge round of applause there. As Eureka picked up the defense, now the Blue Jays have ratcheted up another notch.
And either team just not shooting very well right now. Eureka 1 for their last 11. Elmhurst 2 for the last 10.
Only 14 points scored here in the third. And we are under 50 seconds left. Gibson, nice move in the paint. Tries to draw the contact. Oh, the spin move off the glass. Big smile off Gibson. But should go to line for 2.
This is a nice Euro step from Gibson as well. Almost got the and one. And I mean, almost.
Yeah, that would have been beautiful. She used that spin right off the glass and just missed. It's Eric Gibson, a 5'6" junior. Misses the first. 9 of 16 now, the Blue Jays from the free throw line. Just over 50%. And she makes 1 of 2. 51-36. Both teams getting a reprieve here in the third. Neither one shooting well. But the Blue Jays able to maintain this lead. Shot up no good, Delipi. Delipi again falls to the ground, and it's going to be a foul on the Red Devils. And I think they're going to give that one to Zarello. 5'8" junior out of Bushnell, Illinois. And both teams will be shooting. Anytime you hear a whistle, the next 32.9.
A good job from Delipi on that last play. Just lost the dribble a little bit, was able to stick with it and laying the body on the line to draw the foul and get to the line here.
Sophomore out of Westmont, Illinois. High school kind of tucked away off of Ogden and Cass right there. Just right off just a neighborhood street. The Sentinels with Delipi and Brown sporting the pink shoes. And makes 1 of 2. That has pretty much been the story today from the free throw line. The teams, again, not doing well, but 7 of 14 for Eureka, 10 of 18 for the Blue Jays. Here's Jackson. Tries to go around and will draw the foul on Ravizzi. Well, Jackson, Ravizzi draped all over her. And then draws the foul. 22.2 seconds left. Jackson with only 1 point. One of the original starters today, 0 for 2 from the field. Free throw line, 1 of 4. Makes the first. Cameron Tucker, first season at the helm of the Blue Jays. Maya Marshall, Cameron Mitchell, Drew Ondick, and Morgan Frank assisting. And Dawson, you've got a pretty good relationship there with head coach Cameron Tucker. And you're talking about a guy coming into a program and taking over a first-year coach that really, really gets it. Here's Steamer, follows through again. 54-38. Three-pointer, that would count, but it does not fall. 54-38. And yikes, only 12 points by the Blue Jays that period, only 8 for Eureka. So both teams not shooting well, but we talked about the Elmhurst. They sustained the push defensively by Eureka, and they hold on to this lead 54-38 with 10 minutes left.
Yeah, and Eureka 2 for 17 in that quarter, shooting 0 from 4 from 3. Elmhurst not much better, but they hit some shots, 5 from 15 from the field. And just, I think it's that press from Eureka that they started off that about halfway, 3/4 of the way in that third quarter made it really difficult on Elmhurst. They went back to man there, and Elmhurst started making some shots. I wouldn't be surprised if Eureka went back to the zone here and brought back that press, just trying to make a run. Elmhurst's defense, on the other hand, suffocating, making it just so difficult on Eureka. They don't really have any open shots when they get the ball on their offensive side.
Christian Bucata leading away, 12 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She's 3 boards away from a double-double, 3 assists, only has 1 foul, and she's played 28 minutes leading away for the Blue Jays. Another one that just, she doesn't want to come out of a game. She wants to play every second of every game, win or lose. But you look at some other Ironman on the team, Cusack with 24 minutes, 22 for Brown. And then again, Cameron Tucker really utilizing his bench and getting the players in to give the players that need a break. Here's Webb. That one no good. Second time, that also no good. And Steamer trying to come down with it, and I believe it is going to be on the Red Devils. They're saying 20.
Cusack just pushed over by Eureka there, drawing the foul. We had a lot of fouls for them so far this afternoon.
Points off turnover, 17-8 in favor of the Blue Jays. And then you look, points in the paint, 24-16 in favor of Elmhurst also. So a dominant performance defensively. Cusack. Oh, Steamer. Hey, I want a 3. That one just misses. Brown with the board on the baseline. And I believe that's going to be Ness on the foul. If that is Ness, that's going to be her 3rd.
Yeah, you're right. Ness, 3rd foul of the game for her.
Oh, and just like that on the inbound. Who was that? Was that Holtz? No, that was number 20. That was Cirillo. And Cirillo picks up her 3rd. 2 quick fouls on the Red Devils.
Good inbounds play there from Elmhurst, though, to find Brown. Had a pretty good shot at a layup there, just drawing the foul as well, getting to the line.
Yeah, that was, again, smart, quick thinking by the Blue Jays. And I tell you, there is a bunch of Red Devils with 3 fouls. Holtz, Ness, Rutherford, Cirillo, Reich, Webb with 2. So there is a lot of foul trouble, and there's still a lot of time left. Here's Webb. She'll move it into the paint, and the foul looks like Lure's going to be called on this one.
Yeah, just into the back there of Webb. Looked like Steamer had her covered off, was able to block the shot, just Lure's little shove in the back.
And Webb, who was leading away with 11, has been stuck on 11 for quite a while, finally gets her first points in a long time and makes both from the free throw line.
Yeah, like a majority of this Red Devils team is held scoreless in that third quarter. They need her and they need Lures.
They're looking to double team her along the baseline, and they do. Jump will stay with Elmhurst. Another stat, Dawson, that really sticks out. Look at the lead time. 27 minutes and 40 seconds for the Blue Jays. $1:10 for the Red Devils today. So they have been chasing about 99% of this contest. Here's Brown. Got to pick that ball up because right now the Red Devils trying to get anything going. Cusack, 14 seconds. Near elbow. Shot off the rim. That's no good. Steamer fighting for it. And Steamer falling right on top of, I believe that was Ness. And I tell you, she took an awkward fall right there. You take a look at the way that Steamer kind of came down on her. And neck went back, and you can see her holding that lower portion of the back. And I tell you, as someone who's had a couple back fusions myself, back problems, they're ugly, and they will last a lifetime.
Yeah, I've had some lower back troubles in my time catching. Pulled my very lower back one day. Just couldn't bend over. So those don't feel good.
Not good at all. You're right. And I think the memo for Holtz and the Red Devils, they got to get to the line because shooting from the field right now just not working for them. 55-40. 15-point lead. Again, the largest lead was 17 for the Blue Jays. Now Holtz, who also has been held scoreless for quite a while, finds herself into double digits, now with 10, and make it 11.
You mentioned it, the shooting in the second half for Eureka. They're shooting 10.5%, 2 from 19 from the field. They just can't buy a bucket, but their defense is playing really well right now.
Again, quick transition. Laney Moore that time, the sophomore from Sullivan, Illinois, cuts into this lead. Luer's going to be double teamed. Cusack kicks it out, was finding Brown, and then Holtz coming back quickly. And you can start to see she is really starting to pick up her game. Intensity picking up for Bryn Holtz.
Yeah, and they had Lindsay Novak on that far side wide open after they broke that double team and almost a triple team as well. Elmhurst just needs to find that one extra pass.
Gibson on the inbound. She's got 7.
That's a very similar play. We saw MC Brown draw the foul on that inbound play. Great job from Gibson to get wide open for the layup.
Here's Holtz. Top of the key 3. Uh-oh. She's feeling it. Feeling it right there.
And she has those high arcers. We saw her hit one in that first half. She's 2 from 5 from three-point land so far in this contest. Just high arcing shots way up there, but she finds the hole.
And I tell you, she's the hot hand right now, and you got to make sure that when she has the ball, you got to put a player on her. Here's Bukata, 57-47. Lead down to 10. Here's Cusack. Spin move. Finds Steamer, and that one goes off. Holtz again, who has switched into beast mode because she has really taken over this game for Eureka. Even though it's still a 10-point lead, it's been Bryn Holtz here the last couple minutes. Gibson, long 3, no good. Aboard that time by Webb. Here come the Red Devils. Holtz, why not? She's been hot. That one just misses. Follows up her shot. And Holtz has single-handedly taken over this game. And now down to 8. Steamer wide open. Good look there by Brown on the pass.
There's that extra pass I was talking about. You need to just find the open shooter if you're Elmhurst. Just control this game. You have the lead. Just keep it.
Here's Holtz trying that kiss off the glass. No good. Gibson. It's a 3-on-2. Gibson finds Steamer. No good. And Bukata kicked it out to Cusack, but Cusack wasn't ready for it.
It's a smart play by Bukata. Just tipped it a little bit over Cusack's head. Elmhurst just struggling a little bit. They had the shot there with Steamer, just couldn't find the bucket.
Now another chance here for Eureka. Get it down to single digits, something they haven't seen in a long time. Here's Webb, left of the lane. Shot up, no good. Cusack with the foul. And that's going to be her second.
Just good drive. A way to stick with it for Webb. They need her and Holtz to really carry this team the rest of this fourth quarter. Just about 6 minutes to go.
That's Cusack's third. Webb and Holtz really coming alive here in the fourth. Low-scoring third. And Eureka outscoring the Blue Jays 12-5 so far here in the fourth. Leapy gets it into Cusack. .6:10 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Here's Bukata. Draws the contact. That would have counted if it went down. And Yoshi Bukata will go to the line. She's got 12 points, and she is 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
And if you're Elmhurst, that's who you need to get going so far. Only 2 points in this second half for Christian Bukata, shooting 1 for 3. First time to the line in this second half, but she's your leading scorer. She's the engine of your team. She is what makes the offense and defense go. You need to get her going if you're going to keep control of this contest.
Something that Eureka was struggling from the line, now the Blue Jays. And you can kind of see a little switch in momentum here. As Bukata makes 1 of 2, she's got 13. Najira back out. Holtz, Najira, Webb. Rutherford. Oh, look at Holtz. She wants the ball right in front of Steamer. Shot up, no good. She follows up her shot. Gibson trying to get to it, can't. That was Najira. Here's Webb. 3 from the near wing. Nothing but net. And don't look now. It's down to a 6-point lead.
Eureka, they're doing a great job crashing that offensive glass. Elmhurst just falling a little bit of asleep on the defensive end of the rebounds.
And a foul that time by Webb. And Bukata will go to the line.
Yeah, Elmhurst in the bonus now. A lot of time left here in this fourth quarter to be in the bonus if you're Eureka. Got to be disciplined with 5 fouls. Webb with her fourth personal foul as well. That's huge.
It is. She leads the Red Devils in points, 18. They have 3 in double digits. Webb with 18, Holtz 16, Najira 10. Holtz 16 points, 6 boards. And Bukata, very important free throw. Now 5 of 7 from the free throw line. And makes them both. Those are huge right there.
Yeah, they really are. Needed Bukata to start getting hot from the free throw line, especially with Eureka in the bonus.
And Bukata, oh no. Looked like she had plenty of clearance. Take a look at this one.
Oh, she looks like she got all ball there.
Oh, man.
Wow. Maybe caught a little bit of Webb down there, but or Rutherford, my mistake, but not much. It looked like she got the majority of the ball. Now Eureka also in the bonus. Now both teams in the bonus with over 5 minutes to go here in the fourth.
And the way that these two teams are physically playing right now, there could be a lot of free throws coming. There's Cusack. 5:15 left. There's Gibson, picked up by Holtz. Gibson, nice floater, got it. Oh. Sarah Gibson with the soft touch.
And what an acrobatic layup there. Just jumping through the lane, able to find the finger roll. Beautiful shot.
That one tipped by Bukata. Brown with the board. Good defense by the Blue Jays.
It's a huge position for Elmhurst here. Up 8 points. Under 5 minutes to go now. Need a bucket here.
They could utilize this game clock a little bit and get a good shot. No need to rush. Cusack. Here's Gibson on Holtz. I think that's a mismatch speed-wise. Here's Cusack. Brown, corner for 3. No good. Bukata and Holtz. Holtz comes down with it. Here come the Red Devils. That's Webb. Back out to Holtz. And Shira gains it back. Here's Rutherford. And Bukata, a good defense. Didn't commit the foul, but the basket by Jackson.
Eureka going back to that zone. A little less on the press here, but that zone defense has been very effective so far in the second half against Elmhurst.
6-point lead and a stolen. Another turnover. Here's Jackson and the Red Devils. Jackson stolen by Gibson. Good anticipation. Way to come back from one end to the other and stop that rush by the Red Devils.
Sierra Gibson, look at her all the way trailing this play, knows exactly where the ball is going to go, and is just able to get there to stop that fast break from Eureka.
Well, Dawson, it was the largest lead was 17. We're down to 6, 64-58. Every whistle you're going to hear is going to be free throws from this point on. The Red Devils have come out here with a sense of urgency, outscoring the Blue Jays 20-10 here in the fourth. After it was all Blue Jays, 25-15, 17-15, and then 12-8 in the third. It has been Eureka here in the fourth again. They've got a long way to go, a short time to get there, but they are definitely proving that they're not going to go away here today, and they're looking to try to break the unbeaten streak by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and it's their fourth quarter shooting. If you're the Red Devils, they've picked it up a little bit here. 45% from the field here in the fourth quarter, but the big number, 50% from the three-point line and 100% from the free throw line. They've shot lights out recently to cut this lead down of the Blue Jays. They need to, and if you're Elmhurst, you need to start playing a little bit better on offense. This zone is very good from Eureka, but you've beaten it a couple of times with the extra pass. You need to keep doing that.
Another three, and that one is good by Reich. And just like that, it's a 3-point lead. Here's Gibson, 3:28 left, Gibson. And that one stolen by Reich. Here come the Red Devils with a chance to tie it with a three. That one down and no good. Bukata, outlet pass to Cusack. Cusack can't keep this one in. By the butterflies, you can see kicking in right there.
I like the idea, though, from Bukata there, finding she had Cusack just put a little too much gusto on that ball. But, I mean, that's a big, big turnover. Eureka now the opportunity to come back down the floor and tie up this game with a three.
Agreed. Here's Jackson, shot up and good. And it's down to a 1-point lead. Largest lead was 17. The Blue Jays have led most of the way today. Eureka has only led for 1:10. They are a basket away. Cusack with a three, nothing but net. Ice in her veins. You didn't think they needed a shot like that. They wanted to take some time off the clock, but they'll take that three. Back to a 4-point lead. Webb's going to try to bring it right back, and they go back-to-back with threes.
Yeah, and Eureka's feeling it right now. They're on a big 10-3 run. Only down one. Elmhurst needs a basket right here.
Elmhurst 3 timeouts, 2 for Eureka. Here's Novak. This one will stay with the Blue Jays with 11 on the shot clock, 2:03 on the game clock. And it's down to a 1-point lead, 67-66. Steamer coming back into the game. She'll come in and she'll have 2 fouls and 10 points and 5 boards. I think we haven't seen the last of Gibson's back out there. They're trying to get some speed out there. Here's Bukata. Bukata with a long three. That one no good. Didn't know if they needed that one right there, Dawson. That seemed ill-advised by Christian.
Well, shot clock was running down. Didn't have much time to get it into the basket.
And Holtz that time. And who's this going to be on? We have a secondary whistle.
Looks like it's on Holtz, shoving the back of MC Brown there. She's going to go to the line. Huge free throws coming up.
That's her fourth, and her and Webb both with 4 apiece.
Yeah, those would be both huge losses, especially under 2 minutes here. They're the leading scorers. Webb with 21, Holtz with 16, both of them in foul trouble.
Brown, 10 points, 7 boards. And she's now 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Well, this free throw is huge. And misses them both. Blue Jays need a stop here. Holtz, that goes off her foot. Brown gets it. Here's Bukata. Now Eureka with a $1:33. And timeout taken by the Blue Jays. Whew. I think they're going to do a 30. They are. And just like that, down to 2 timeouts apiece. Bukata was going the wrong way. And head coach Cameron Tucker realized that and utilized one of his 3 timeouts he had left.
The last 2 games on this floor for Elmhurst couldn't be any different. You know, coming back from 16 down against MSOE on the 16th and then up 17 going into the 4th quarter, losing that lead, but Elmhurst, they need to just control the possession, take their time. They were able to get a big turnover from Eureka on that last play. They need a bucket here.
We saw how they handled adversity with MSOE. Now let's see if they can hold off a Red Devils team that was down by as many as 17. Here's Cusack. Finds Steamer. Steamer, good.
Great find from Cusack there to find Steamer just cut into the hoop.
3-point lead, 69-66. $1:15 left. Jackson, she could have been guilty of a foul on Gibson. Again, closes down to 1, 69-68. Here's Bukata. Cusack bounces it over to Brown. Bukata, right of the lane, quickly double team. She realized she was in trouble. Now Brown. Reich. And that's going to go out, and it's going to be Red Devil ball. .9 seconds left. Both teams in the bonus. Jera inbounds to Webb. Each team with 2 timeouts left. Here's Webb, going to drive to the basket, stripped by Gibson, and it's going to go off Webb, and it's going to be Blue Jay ball. Quick hands by Sierra Gibson. What a play.
That big play, and Gibson just taking that charge.
And that hand-eye coordination, you take a look at how quickly she brought that ball down and stripped. Beautiful.
Beautiful from Gibson. Needed that.
I like the fact when she went for the strip, the ball was going back toward Webb, and it bounced off Webb, had nowhere to go except out of bounds, and the Blue Jays will take that. Whew, I don't know about you, but you just mentioned the last 2 games. Man, my blood pressure can't take another one of these, and it's a close one with 40.3 left. Neither team really doing well in the 3rd, and now Eureka doubling up the Blue Jays 30-15 in points here in the 4th. And that's your comeback because the largest lead was 17. And just like LL Cool J said here about a comeback, we saw that on social media. Eureka doesn't want to go all the way home and having to think about what coulda, shoulda here today. And you can see a totally different Red Devil team.
And I think they called the 5th foul on Maya Webb there, so she's going to foul out of this game.
Ooh, that's huge.
That's a huge loss for Eureka, leading them in scoring 21 points, but has also been deadly from behind the arc, 4 for 9 from 3-point land. She's going to be missed for this Eureka side with 40 seconds to go.
Sure. Gibson to Cusack. Body slam that time by Jackson, and Cusack will go to the line.
Yeah, that's the right call. Looks like number 24, Jackson, did get a tip to it, but Cusack was in the right spot to just keep control of that ball and then got body slammed by Jackson.
Right at the scores table. Cusack today 2 of 5. Couldn't be any bigger free throws than right here. And she makes the first.
That's a huge free throw. Needs this second one, but either way, it's going to take a 3 to either get in the lead or tie it for Eureka.
Yeah, I'd put my money on a 2-pointer right there because 3-point, you can shoot yourself out of this contest with a final 39.4 by missing. Eureka will take their timeout. They'll have one left, and the Blue Jays also with one. So minimal stoppages here in the final 39.4 seconds. Eureka, 5 of their last 7 in field goals. They have really picked up that pace. We talked about a totally looking different team here in the second half than the first.
Yeah, we really have. They just, and really from the fourth quarter on as well, Eureka just dominant. They've shot really well here in this fourth quarter. A lot of it, though, has been Maya Webb, who is now fouled out of this game. She had 10 points here in the fourth quarter. Was a large reason leading this comeback.
If you're Cameron Tucker, do you go right at Holtz? If you have this next possession, you might as well. Your team is starting to pick up from the free throw line, now 17 of 29. Holtz would be a huge one to be taken out also. She's got 4. You might as well go after their big because you know she's going to stay in because she's got the hot hand right now.
Yeah, she really does. And she's also one of the only ones that have made multiple three-pointers in this game as well. So Holtz 1 from 4 from the three-point line in this second half, 2 for 7 overall.
Here we go, the final 39.4, each team with one timeout left. Bosco trying to get this one in, finally does. Holtz for a 3, nothing but net. And we are tied at 71 apiece.
Doesn't let the clock started on that three-pointer.
Well, what are they going to do now?
But either way, that's exactly the person you don't want to leave open if you're Elmhurst. You don't want to leave Holtz, and she just buried that 3 from the corner to tie up this one. Brought it all the way back from down 17. It's been really impressive from this Red Devils team. We'll see how much time they take off the clock here.
This could be crucial here too because so they're going to do a full timeout. It looks like they pointed at Elmhurst, but the time situation is going to be interesting because if they don't put enough on, either way, somebody's not going to be happy. And right now, the Red Devils are the happy team as they have climbed out of a huge hole that they dug. A 17-point lead is gone, and we are tied at 71 apiece. It's a whole new game with 35.9 seconds left, and the Blue Jays will have the ball. Gibson inbounding, finds Bukata. Bukata with 15.
You can waste some clock here. Don't need to take an early shot.
About a 5.5 second difference between game clock to shot clock. Here's Bukata. Bukata going to drive in the lane. Good Euro step, count it. She's got 17, and the final timeout taken by Eureka. And I believe they are going to do, yes, they're going to do an advanced timeout right here. So they're going to move it just beyond half court. And my, oh my, here we go. Christian Bukata, 17 points. That was a huge basket. You knew it was going to be in her hands, Dawson, at the end. But that defense, it's like the Red Sea just parted. She found the glass and spun it off perfectly. Boy, 4 Blue Jays in double digits. Cusack 13, Bukata 17, Brown 10, Steamer with 12. And what looked like a lopsided victory has turned into one heck of another contest here at R.A. Fagnall Hall.
Yeah, it really has. And clutch genes there from Christian Bukata. 17 points. That's basically her average. She gets that pretty much every game. And what a huge 2 points there was battling Garcia Reich. A lot of pressure from Reich there, just putting it on Bukata. Bukata able to find the space. And on the defensive end, need to concentrate on Holtz here. Can't let her get another wide open 3 like she did on the last possession.
Correct. You've got to, you know she's going to find the ball sooner or later. Here's Rutherford. Shot up too strong, and Bukata. Jump ball, and it's going to stay with Eureka with 10.1 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. You know what? I think if this ball gets inbounded, you go to grab that ball as soon as you can. Najira, one-on-one with Steamer. That's not the shot they want. Here's Rutherford. Shot clock, that's off. This one would count, but no, the Blue Jays. 73-71, and the comeback attempt by the Red Devils falls 2 points short. Whew, Dawson, man, oh man, I tell you, you need to get some rest. I know I'm ready. That's another great contest, and the Blue Jays stay undefeated at 5-0. And their next contest, not to the 30th, when they head over to Manchester, I believe, for the final contest in November.
Yeah, huge sigh of relief, especially if you're Cameron Tucker, who we're going to talk to here in a little bit. But huge sigh of relief if you're the Blue Jays.
Well, we're going to take a really quick break right here. We'll keep it right here. Cameron Tucker will be on his way over here. Hopefully he remembers, which I'm sure he will. Yeah, here he comes. So I'm going to step aside. And Dawson, head coach Cameron Tucker coming up next with you. Take it away.
Alrighty, Dawson Wells here with Coach Cameron Tucker. And just first off, your overall thoughts of that game.
We didn't execute very well, and we gave up a 16-point lead. Some of that was free throws. I'd say on the other end, they had probably 5-6 possessions in a row where it was just foul, then they get to set up their press, foul, set up their press. So we won, which was nice, but just a lack of execution allowed them to get back in that game. And a lot of the things we've talked about as a staff, the 50-50 balls, the making sure you're boxing out on the weak side, all those little things kind of got exposed there towards the end in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they brought out that press. What were you telling your team and how to deal with that press, especially in this second half?
Well, I think our kids panicked a little bit. We worked on it yesterday. When they were doing the man-to-man, we executed it pretty well. We just cleared out, and we were fine. When they did that, our kids kind of brain freeze a little bit, and the second line wasn't really locked in, and they weren't flashing when they were supposed to because there's a lot of gaps behind that. We'll keep working on it. I think we'll be better. Obviously, we've got some teams in our conference that run a fantastic press, so it's good to get exposed now so we can fix it rather than in a conference game.
Yeah, you guys shot 21% from the three-point line. Is that something you want to try to improve upon going further, trying to get more quality shots, especially behind the arc?
Yeah, it's the right people shooting the right shots at the right time. We had quite a few shots there, I'd say in the first half especially, where it was not the people we needed to be shooting it, or it was too early in the shot clock. And I don't mind some people getting a shot up. It's just it's got to be right situation, and if the three-point shot's not falling for us, like it's not let me try, it's like let's get to the free throw line, let's get a good look.
Well, Coach, you're 5-0 to start the season so far.
Doesn't feel like it right now.
After that heart attack game, one more game before conference. How are you looking forward to Manchester?
Well, I think it gives us a few days here to kind of relax. I feel like these 5 games in less than 2 weeks has taken it out of our girls a little bit, and we've been focusing maybe on the other teams a little too much. And this week, I hope that we can get back, even though we got a break in there, get back to really focusing on ourselves a little bit more and all those things that got exposed today and shoring those up.
Well, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
5-0, great win today for the Blue Jays as they beat Eureka 73-71 here from R.A. Fagino Hall. That's going to do it. I'm Dawson Wells. He's Bill Downing. Have a good night.